Welcome back to another MoisTea gaming video. Thank you for tuning in. The last episode we left off where we had just gathered the tanks after a rebellion in Ypres where the men were refusing to attack. So we've moved the tanks over, but we can't use them until the next turn. But I'm not going to waste it. We have time to attack Dunkirk and then move on to Calais. Doing it this way so it does not stretch our lines anymore, seeing as the enemies just happen to have lots more units than what we do. Apart from airplanes, because we keep destroying them. We have a nice juicy stack of 10 air wings in Cyprus, giving us an extra 1,000 supply to play with. When the tanks are available, we'll have a further 100 supply to play with, dishing out some tank carnage. I can't wait for that. So let's get on with it. Dunkirk, here we come. I've also just realised, because Wipers was an enemy territory and it had these buildings in it, we get to keep them because they do not have the scorched earth policy. Meaning we have extra resources which we can use against them. Just going to have a look at what is down here though. They keep gathering units around here. There's an 11 stack there and there. We can go for a army intelligence. There are the tanks. Right, we have finally spotted them. Slightly concerning. I want another air wing in vouchers to make sure we can deal with them. Gonna purchase one now. Let's move them across. Just to be sure, I am thinking also it would be nice if we could have some tank on tank combat. We'll see how we can arrange that with the enemy. Kind of glad I did that now actually, because I had no idea that that was happening. They have had a rejig, so I can move some units to bolster it. They have moved their units around, making me more vulnerable in this region. You've got to keep an eye on them. They're very sneaky. We've got 8 cores here. We need to bolster Stanay. Stanay's got a couple more units in it now. Just took 2 from Metz. Anything else we can nick? We can nick another one from here. We could even nick 2 from here. How strong is Verdun? Relatively. This is the weak point, however. They can attack from both sides, potentially taking vouchers in one turn. They have 6 cores there. I'm willing to bet that I can keep hold of that with 4 units on it. So we have 6 there with 2 air wings, 5, 6, 7 in vouchers. Should be enough. It should be. What about Stanay? We've got 6, and in Verdun we have 6 with 2 air wings each. You would think that that would be enough. We're gonna have to wing it. Bit low on money now, but I still need to be able to attack. So here we go. This is now predicting a minor victory. We can engage. They have only 4 air wings. We have 40. And they only have 5 cores of infantry here. So we should burn them significantly. Dunkirk, beginning its existence as a fishing village in the Middle Ages. It served as a primary port in multiple conflicts. Yes, it did. This map doesn't look too lovely, I'm not going to lie, because the no man's land is right in the middle. That would be the artillery will struggle to reach. Units at the back. Oh, no, we're all okay. Everything is happy. Larry, oh, it's worse for them. Ooh, this could give us even better options for attacking. I'll set up a defense. This town is going to get destroyed. It already is half dead, but when I put trenches in it, there's going to be nothing left. First implementation of my barbed wire in front of the main defense. I'm slowly updating this. I've just realized I've forgotten to do a piece of it. But I've got a funny feeling that they might try and attack back, but we'll see regardless. This is what I've been working on slowly. It's yet to be tested with the comms trench right down the bottom, only because I am fully confident I can retake a position if needed. I've got a comms trench running back down here as well, so I can filter men up to it in case this begins to crumble. This is the main blob. We have lots of artillery, heavy and 2 light, with a balloon, lots of stormtroopers for the initial assault, which we will be doing in a moment. We'll be going up to B, running through the forest, secluding our advance, while we run across over this side, gaining a flanking maneuver, and then just pressing on. I do believe this is a comms trench, so it's even possible really to run down here and grab it, but I think we're just going to go on for the side assault. We have almost a unlimited supply available to us. Let's get a superiority in the air, because I know full well that the enemy are going to try and take down my balloon. The enemy are doing strange things. We don't have coverage of A. We have coverage enough everywhere else, though, including their balloon. We can destroy this now, as soon as we can see the precise position of it. Their airplanes are coming in. We need to protect our balloon. We are murdering them. They are going for the balloon straight away. Hopefully that gets taken down before it reaches my balloon. Thankfully it does. Our plane is under attack, but ours has maneuvered around it, and it should be attacking the back of it now. There we go. Taken out. Lovely jubbly. Look at that. Now the enemy are blind. We could take out their artillery. We could just send a few bombers over. That sounds wonderful to me. It would be nice to not be bombarded by the artillery before we get there. I might even do the same for these emplacements. There's probably going to be another one over here. So, and then they're also probably going to send in a few planes to try and deal with it. So I will send in a couple more superiority planes in. The enemy are now attempting to scout. Lots of planes coming in. Proper air force. All being murdered. The machine gun working well. Excellent. That is very nice. We can even potentially start blowing them up now. Would be nice to have the artillery dealt with first, though, however. Could just send another plane in to make sure it happens quickly. While that's happening, I suppose we could bombard the enemy. We'll do it from this direction, I suppose. Because why not? I'd use gas on this just to gas them. But it isn't quite potent enough to do any serious damage to them at the moment. Bit annoying, but it is what it is. And we need our bombers to return over to the area. I'm not sure where they're going, but they're doing things, I suppose. They are still bombing the area, at least. Not sure where this bomber has gone. We should have had one flying over here. I'm going to have another one doing it, I suppose. We've got plenty of fighter planes roaming around. The artillery is nearly taken out from that section, which is a heavy. That's good. These other two are also heavies, which are being bombed. Our plane just got taken out. They must now have some air superiority missions in. Their RT is taking some punishment. Their emplacements haven't been touched yet. Quite annoying. I'm not too sure as to what is going on with that. But we'll keep going and murdering them. Their air superiority mission, or it could be a balloon mission. I'm going to send some more fighter aircraft in to deal with those. I hope they don't go for the balloon. No, they don't. That is a air superiority mission, which they cannot attack the balloon. is good. We are murdering their planes. We've got 4 in the air around here. Hopefully we can deal with them. It would appear that the bombing runs have not done anything on over here. I'm not sure where our bombers are. They seem to be floating around doing things. Don't really want to have to send more in, but I'm going to have to do. I'll plop it there. Really, I want to be hitting the infantry units that are here rather than the emplacements. But if we have to, we will blow them up. I can always suppress them after all. The bomber is floating around. I'm not too sure what it's doing, but it seems to be flying over everything for the time being. We can always suppress what is in there. We're going to start moving the units across. This is a scouting attack. These men are about to get burned. Mortar is firing, doing its job. There we go. Sizzled. They are the Canadian infantry. They are actually going to get in. Let's try and burn them out. They are suppressed because of the mortar. They are shooting a bit, but now they are dead. We have to maneuver 1 or 2 troops that way. We better start moving our units to do this assault. Seeing as the enemy seems to want to probe from this direction and this direction both into Y, I think it's safe to say we can move a couple more of these units up here. This should support them. But if the enemy get giddy, we have the artillery ready. All these units here quite badly hurt now, meaning they won't be posing too much of a threat. Bombing run hasn't done anything, but we can deal with that machine gun now with more artillery. We have the suppression available to us. We might as well get them over. Move them forwards into the forest a little bit more. And then we can run out of there and cause some mayhem. Sounds like a solid plan to me. They won't see us. We should be concealed. Oh, they are getting hit. No, they're not. Off they go. I've got artillery coming down. That should suppress that and these. Not too bothered about trying to suppress the other ones, because they are so badly damaged they shouldn't actually deal too much. Far from that other machine gun in the back, which we can't actually deal with right now. We can send these around so these have somewhere to go as quickly as possible. These need to get in that trench and these need to move around. Not quite as flowy as what I can normally get it, but it is what it is. I don't necessarily want to pause. I want to blow them up. If I can just get those units in there, that would be wonderful. Send them across to murder them. Send some more units over this way. Once that is out of the way, we can actually just run over the top and burn them, but they are actually sending their own artillery. The bombers didn't do their job very well. Send them out the trench and they should burn them out. Now they're deciding to do it the way that I don't want them to, but it doesn't matter. Send these over the top. They should burn them, which they are. Send them to attack that first. Hopefully they do it before they get murdered. And they do, but they are pretty done in. Not the most effective way I've ever done it, but it is what it is. The enemy do keep launching artillery at me. I might as well try and blow some of it up. I want the bombers to take it out, but they seem to be refusing to do so. These double stacks of units in these trenches are just asking to be bombarded. That wasn't quite how I wanted that to go, but it doesn't matter. We can move units across, get some fresh ones in, and try again. Let's get that done. Send a few of them up here. We're gonna go for some grenades. Excellent. They should all start moving up. The artillery is asking for some attention. I don't think they have any aircraft left, or they would have sent them over, you would think. I'm going to try and speed this up. I'm even going to send some harassment planes in. Not air superiority. Harassment planes, they do a wonderful job. I love the harassment planes. If you've watched any of my videos, you will know they are fantastic. Try and deal with that artillery a bit better though. I don't particularly like it. They're going to keep shooting me. Are they being sniped? That's my question. They must be. Guys, what would that mean? Possibly? Not too sure. They need to get out of that trench because they're going to get bombarded. We can actually start running our way across in a moment. We could just hammer them. That would be good stuff for us. Get them as far north as we can. We'll be onto a winner. Better off sending 1 or 2 units up to B just so we can cover it, presuming that the command trench is now going to be fairly safe. These are being hammered. Their bombers are still active though. Alright, I'll set these units orders up. Let's see what happens. We're going to keep hammering them with some harassment planes continually floating around. They can still reinforce from this section. If we keep harassing them, we are good. They are getting hammered from that trench there. Not sure what those guys are doing, but these are about to get burnt alive. At least moderately, so are these. Excellent. Could gas them, I suppose. Let's just see what happens. We need to get a few more troops in, really. They're not going to behave the way I want them to. Only once I send them out do they actually start burning them the way I want them to, just like that. Seems to be the way to go. These need some support though. I think the enemy have snipers. I don't know how these troops are being hurt, not going to lie. We can just keep this area suppressed. We are good. We're actually hindered by our own gas now. Maybe I should have just gone for the normal elites on this one. Let me know what you think in the comments. Bombard all of this. Get them in the trench real quick. Hopefully murder them. We can just get them over. That'd be quite entertaining. Suppress them from back here. That shouldn't suppress ours. It should suppress theirs. In theory, anyway. Our gas is gone. Let's move our tired units up. They don't seem to want to be throwing them really, do they? Maybe that's just because they're in the thing. Just have them all up there, see what happens. There's plenty of them. A lot of them. See if, oh, there are units in that trench actually, which we didn't know about. There's a lot of them just here. I'm gonna have to just bombard them to death. We can even gas it. Let's see if that makes a difference. Get some of these units in. Maybe we haven't used these correctly on this occasion. know we have done on many times before. Problem is now is that we've gassed out the command trench. All these bombers floating around down here, I think they've all bugged out. Not wanting to do what I want them to do. We can get these grenadiers in this trench. Now we're getting somewhere. Finally, let's get those troops over there and these in here. We don't really want to use our own... Oh, they're being hurt by that. That's not very nice, is it? It's not gas, we'll use this one. Proving to be quite a nuisance. We can even start attacking from this direction now. The bombers aren't doing what we want them to do, but it doesn't matter. We can just go for it. Let's get some elite units in. Stash them in now. Don't really care enough. Bit sloppy this turn. But oh well. The last battle was a bit too extreme, to be completely honest. We blitzed them on such a degree, it was painful. They are being shot by snipers. They must be. What's this arrow? That must be. They must have snipers because they're out on the top. There's nobody here. They must have snipers. That is not good. Just trying to eliminate what is remaining here. They must have quite a bit. Let's see if we can take it out. Will the planes work? Please work. Just send a load of them over. With artillery, that's going to blow up most things. If we can get these in the trenches, that would be nice. Send a few more over. The planes should be doing some work over here now. I strongly suspect they have snipers. Yeah, they are hitting anything there. There are units. There we go. This is what we wanted. Wanted to see what was there. They have lots. All this back row is full. This is full. There's a mortar there. We can bombard these happily now. These ones more particularly, just because we can run at the side of these easier. Which certainly benefits us, and we can empty this section. Hopefully these get eliminated quickly. These aren't in a firing position as of yet. Just need the artillery to do its job a bit more. The aircraft are working now. This is actually quite nice. Aircraft do lots of good things for me. Get me out of pickle. They certainly have. They must have. These men are being hit by snipers. Taking sniper fire, yeah. Great. I don't think they can get hit while they're in the trenches, but this just means anybody outside the trench is vulnerable to taking the fire. We'll bombard all this. I want to make sure there's nothing left while we run across. Come on, chaps. Get in there now. We can finish this off and call it a do. It's nice there's not too many of them here because we've blown them all to bits. There is mortars, however, which we do need to deal with. Once the men are in, we can sort this out quite happily. Need to push over. I Don't like the fact that the enemy have snipers. It doesn't do me any favours. Makes things considerably more difficult. It says that there's still something there. It appears that there's an MG, but for some reason we can't see it. Unless it is dead. Hard to say. We have won this, but it's cost me more than what I would have liked. I don't think I used the stormtroopers in the correct manner on this occasion. I nailed it on the last one. What did I do different that didn't work? Tell me in the comments. We have still done it regardless. I just feel like we lost more units there than what we needed to. Well, to be fair, looking at the casualty rate, it wasn't actually that bad at all. We lost about 1,000 men. They lost nearly 12,000. Excellent. National will damaged further. Oh, we did them. We gave them pain. Oh, yeah, that was it. That was a mission to reduce their national will, and we did it. Now we have £2,000 to deal with extra. The enemy have more units coming in. This is ridiculous now. They keep getting more and more and more, whereas we don't. Meaning the longer this goes on, the more difficult for me this is going to get. However, we now have tanks available for the next battle that we have. We will be sure to use them. Now, one more thing before you disappear. On the 23rd of April 2023, we are doing my first ever live broadcast, in which I will be doing a giveaway. I'll be giving 3 Steam keys of the game away. I'm not going to spoil the surprise for you, but make sure you have a look in the community tab. Thank you again for tuning in. I will see you there. Bye bye.